Uh, okay. Sorry about that. Here's my most significant paranormal story from my childhood. I was like 10 years old, my brother and our friend Zachary were 12. The three of us were hanging out at Zachary's place. He had us over because his parents were away that day. It was one of our first times there, so we were mainly playing card games and with toys we found around the home. When I say card games, I don't mean the ones for adults like poker. They were super basic card games for kids. One of them was called Sea and the other War. After a while of that, we eventually got hungry and went to the kitchen to eat something. This is where it all began. Actually, before anything began, we got ingredients from the fridge and I can recall us making sandwiches, which were just a piece of bread with fake butter or margarine and salami. While we were eating, my brother noticed a little magnet souvenir on the fridge and mentioned it. Oh yeah, my sister brought that from Egypt, says Zachary. We joked about how the souvenir is cursed and something is out to get us, but obviously that can't be true. Still though, we managed to convince ourselves but only partially, because I can recall us going to the hallway to continue playing cards right after that. We got bored again and this time we started exploring the home, thinking that we summoned something because we made fun of the souvenir. The chances of someone else being in the apartment were 0%. Any normal person would think that. We were on the 6th floor and there was no way to open the apartment door if you didn't have a key. So we started looking around. Zachary was checking the bathroom, I was checking the bedroom wardrobes, and my brother was doing something in the living room. Probably preparing weapons we played with earlier. The weapons we had were just extremely cheap kid toys. One of them was a fake gun with a sticky dart, and the other one I'm not sure, but I can recall a plastic police button. Yeah, if we actually had to defend ourselves, we were cooked. I can recall maybe an hour passing of us exploring and goofing around until things got serious. By this time, we've almost forgotten about the souvenir while doing something in the living room, when we heard shuffling noises from somewhere in the apartment. Hearing this made us immediately remember the souvenir in the kitchen and actually had us concerned. This put Zachary on edge and made him reveal that he's actually a secret firebender. Yeah, that never happened. We were stuck with the cheap plastic toys. The only actual weapons were in the kitchen and we just heard noises from there. We could have also used something strong and durable, but that didn't cross our minds then. Anyway, the noises made us investigate, so we cautiously began making our way to the kitchen through the hallway when suddenly it happened. It sounded like there was an actual mummy in the kitchen. I'm actually surprised how calm we were in that moment when we heard it. Okay, pause. Everyone who I've told this story to says the moan was probably from a neighbor in the upstairs apartment. First of all, the walls in the building are from very thick concrete, the floors as well. I think anyone would be able to tell the difference between a moan from the same apartment and a moan blocked by a concrete wall or floor. We all know what we heard. Just wanted to make that clear. Back to the story. We looked at each other completely stunned for a few seconds. Then we hurried back to the living room and barricaded the door with a very heavy table. We talked about what just happened, wondering how something like that is even possible. Now the next part is all according to my brother, so I can't guarantee it's real. Apparently after some time behind barricades, Zachary and him went to investigate the kitchen while I stayed behind in the living room. He says it was empty, so they started heading back to me, and they heard the mummy moan again. Maybe I don't remember that part because I stayed behind. Anyway, back to my memory. After some time behind barricades, me and my brother wanted to go home. So we started putting on our shoes in the hallway, while Zachary was seeing us out standing outside the living room door. Then he began barricading himself again since we were leaving. The barricade thankfully worked because we checked up on him the next day and he was alive. And that was the whole thing. To this day, I vividly remember the moan from the kitchen and have no idea how that is possible. I actually believe in the spirit world or ghosts, whatever you want to call it. But in general, it's always crazy when something paranormal happens. And this was a completely impossible scenario as well, so you can imagine how spooked we were. My second story would have made this video too long, so I will make a part 2 sometime. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed my spooky story.